Hey everyone, how's it going? I am Xeracon and I am back once again. Let's run the clock back a year ago. There was a trailer for a game called Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It seemed interesting to me. A turn-based RPG with a Dark Souls aesthetic and a premise of stopping an entity known as the Paintress who paints death every year. Sounds neat, right? Well, fast forward to the game releasing and I gave it a shot. And I'm thrilled to say that was an excellent choice. This game is a masterpiece, and it blew all of my expectations out of the water and then some. In fact, I can show you the exact moment when I knew this game was going to be special. Here, watch this.
This is gonna be a good game.
Seriously, that just set the tone for the journey that I was going to undertake. By the way, I'm going to keep this review as spoiler-free as possible just because I really want people who haven't played it yet to have the same blind experience that I had with it. But let's go ahead and jump right in. So, for the story, as I mentioned, you play as a group of expeditioners whose goal is to kill the Paintress who wipes out a slew of people every year. The story is broken up into 3 acts, with the prologue to help establish things. And by golly does it do that. As I said, I don't want to spoil anything, but let me tell you that by the time I was finished with the prologue, I was beyond hyped, and also had a what the heck did I just watch moment right after the first scene for Act 1. That's as far as I'll go into things, but let's just say that the game is an incredible roller coaster of emotions, and whenever I think it can't possibly mess with me more, it proves me wrong. So tying into this topic are the characters. You start the prologue in Act 1 through the perspective of Gustav. Your other party members are Lune, Mael, and Ciel. Each character is fully fleshed out with their own wants, goals, and dreams, and even if you don't necessarily agree with them 100% of the time, you can at least understand where they're coming from. In expanding the scope, I found that I could understand the motives of every character in this game. And unfortunately, there is much more I'd like to say, but spoilers and stuff. Still, these characters have a great bond and form a good team, and you get to learn more about them as you play the game to get a better understanding of their motivations and their backgrounds. It's beautiful, lovely stuff. And while the cast is great in a narrative sense, out in the combat field, they're also spectacular. Like other RPGs, each character has their own mechanics and movesets, and as you progress, you can unlock even more skills. Additionally, there are pictos that you can find and purchase that can apply passive abilities to a member, and if it's used enough in combat, any character can use the skill even if another one has it equipped, if you have enough points to equip it, that is. It was insane going through the game because even after I thought I had learned all the basic mechanics I would need to know by the end of the first act, I was wrong because there would still be more that I would learn later on. So there's definitely a lot of variety with combat, especially depending on how you have your party set up because certain characters can really take advantage of buffs and setups that other characters can provide. And just to get this established now, expect for Mael to carry your party. She's just that good. No, seriously. I wasn't expecting much from her when she joined the group, and I heard from a buddy that she was pretty broken pre-nerf patch. And even after playing with her after the patch, yeah, she's definitely the MVP. She carried the expedition for the majority of the game, and even helped me win battles when everyone else had fallen. So put some respect on her name as she gets inducted into the RPG Hall of Fame. And if you have a different stance, you're welcome to it, but you're just objectively wrong. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Virtuoso stance plus Piercy.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Okay, I kinda lied. That is sugarcoating it because that's just the tip of the iceberg with what she can dish out. But alas, that's something you'll just have to find out for yourself. Moving on, the art design and graphics for this game are great. I think the style is phenomenal, especially given the small handful of painting references here and there. It's visually gorgeous. The human designs look great, the Nevrons are varied and distinct, and the world itself is just stunning. Unfortunately, there is an elephant in the room that needs to be addressed. One that's unreal sized. While Expedition 33 is indeed pretty, using Unreal Engine 5 does come with a cost to performance. I've already talked about how this game runs both with an AMD RX 6650 XT and an RX 9060 XT, and unfortunately this game couldn't get much beyond 60 FPS with the 6650 XT and 1080p with mixed settings. The 9060 XT of course could get better performance, but if I set the resolution to 100% native, that performance will drop. UE5 is really an unrelenting blight that deceives our eyes with the visuals, but stabs us in the back with how it performs. And one last thing, there is one gripe I had in the prologue with the design. While the NPCs aren't poorly designed, most of the models are blatantly copied and pasted, with the same models occasionally appearing just a meter away from another one. That's shameful. But this is the only time that something like this happens, so I can overlook this in the grand scheme of things. Last topic I want to address is where this started. The music. The soundtrack for this game is truly outstanding, from the calm and serene moments to the intense and grand fights. It's great. And hearing certain motifs and themes play out throughout the game in different iterations and scenarios was lovely. The genres are even varied. While you have your orchestral film score-esque music, there are also jazz segments, electronic tracks, and phenomenal symphonic rock, which really just makes my day. So even if you don't like turn-based RPGs, I still recommend giving the soundtrack a try. It's worth it just for that alone. But all in all, this game is a masterpiece, and I'm glad I took my time getting through it because this is an experience you shouldn't rush through just to get to the next game. It's worth every moment that you're in it. Additionally, there's going to be a free update coming that has post-game content, so I definitely know that I'm going to be coming back to see what's new. But I enjoy this game so much that I went ahead and bought the DRM free copy on GOG when that was available on the store. Expedition 33 has become my game of the year, and that was without any contest. And I would say even after much consideration, it's my favorite game of all time. It was good enough to be in my top 5, but I think it deserves the top spot with everything it does right. And to express how resolute I am about how good this game is, I've got several Steam codes for this game in the description to give away because I want people to experience this gem. So if you don't own the game yet, go ahead, claim a code, and join the expedition. But that will do it for today. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate it. This review came out much later than I had planned, but I'm glad to finally be putting this out. So until next time everyone, I am Xeracon signing off. Have a good one.